together was February 1st. So yeah, it's complete opposites of, if you look at my shoot, even December episode versus February, it's like
no, your development is crazy.
Night and day. Woo.
No, I wouldn't say night and day because the content was always there.
True. That's a good point. No, that's true. That's true. No.
But it's the King TV Network. We are here live. I have a beauty with me. I have Miss Brittani.
Hey y'all.
From the Beauty Toe.
Thank you for getting it right.
I've been practicing all day.
Because if you let Brandon influence you, you'll be saying beauty be told. And I'm like,
now look, I looked at it hard a lot. But she's an amazing podcaster. I want to get way more podcasters on here other than Brandon, even though I love Brandon. And I had to get this one because she has been killing it. She got some interviews. We ain't even got family. She got some. We ain't even got it. Hold on, Corey. Hold on. Yeah,
that would be a good one.
Hello. But no, co-host of the Club Experience as well. How are you?
I'm great. I am on the King TV Network. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. This is a dream come true. Woo, woo.
But yes,
it's been long overdue. I'm so glad it worked out. Thank you for, squeezing me into your busy schedule.
No. We made the day for you.
Well, thank you. Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
So how is everything going as a podcaster, as a mom, as a just savant of everything?
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Let me give you a short version. Busy, it's busy, 9 to 5er, I'm a branch manager by day. Yeah, 2 teenage boys by every day, all day. Yes, 2 teenage boys. One is a senior in high school, Hazy. Yeah, so incredibly busy because
oh
my gosh,
I know that.
You know what? My youngest son does not allow me to come into school.
Not.
He doesn't. I'm not allowed to come outside the car, come into school, be around his friends. Nothing. I'm a ghost to everybody.
Not because she's corny.
Yeah.
I promise you that. Not because she's corny.
That's right. I feel like I'm a cool mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm a cool mom.
On the block.
Thank you.
Hey. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
and 2 podcasts too, by the way. My own, and then being on the Club Experience.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I'd be wearing myself thin sometimes.
You get to it, and you've been getting to it for a while. We met about 3 years ago.
Yeah, man. Yes.
But like you picked it up this year.
Thank you.
You're doing both, and you're building both.
Yeah.
Like sorry, Brandon. You're taking the charge of the pull-up. Brandon wanted to get off that bitch.
I know.
That's my brother alone. He want to get the hell off that screen for a long time.
Eventually, it's gonna get there, right?
And you might be the reason why. I'm not gonna lie. You are a light.
Oh, man.
You are a great conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.
You add to the conversation.
Okay. Well, I love that. It's funny. I was telling somebody how it didn't start off that way.
Talk about it. So how did you even get on to the
oh my gosh. So funny story about me and Brandon. So me and him go way back. And I like to say 4 flats like on a Cadillac. We go way back. I was once upon a time a banker. So before I became branch manager and all that, I was just, your friendly banker. And he was my client. And so, any banking needs he had, we was, just built this cool, rapport with each other. And he was telling me about his podcast idea. This is before the pull-up experience came to be. I didn't know what a podcast was, but the idea behind it is what got my attention. He was like, yeah, I want to shine a positive light on the entrepreneurs of Cleveland. I want to, interview them. I'm like, oh, that's dope. You should totally do that. Like, that would be so great. And fast forward, he did, And then next thing I know, he asked me to be like a special guest on his podcast. And I'm like, okay. I said, special guest? Right. I'm like, what I gotta talk about? Yeah. Like, what am I talking about? So my episode is 27. It's trash. Okay, but me and him can admit
27.
that. Me and him can admit 27 is because we're almost at 300. So yeah, I'm a vet. I'm way back when. Okay, and
That is not trash.
Okay,
compared to my 27. We're gonna see who can hear.
I have to look at your 27 now. I gotta look. Well, listen, I say it's trash because he had me as a special guest. I'm sorry, I might say guest co-host. So he has me as a special guest. He had someone else as a guest co-host. And he just overtalked me the whole entire episode. So you really needed to hear me. So that's why me and him joke and be like, it was trash. So we're gonna have to redo my episode eventually. But it started off as that, and the next thing I know, a couple months later, he asked me to be a guest co-host. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I gotta do? And he was like, oh, we're just listening, just chime in and ask some questions. I think my first guest co-host episode, I don't know if I asked that woman a single question. Because I was like, oh my gosh, the camera's really rolling. Like, oh my gosh, people are gonna see this more than just me and him. Like, what am I supposed to say? I probably look stupid. You're just talking to yourself, And I was like, thank God this is just a one and done, because Brandon being Brandon, I thought it was just one and done. He slid in there. All right, so I'm gonna see you on Tuesday.
Right.
She was like, for what? What are we talking about? Oh, we're gonna do this again. And it was just not even one. It was 2 episodes, because he recorded twice on Tuesdays. But before I knew it, God was doing something. God was up to something. And every week after week, month after month, before I knew it, I'm year in, and I'm like, I'm still here. But I'm getting to hear great guests. I missed your episode by maybe a couple episodes, right? Because I think when I came on, my first episode was 111. So you were like, were you all the way back at 57?
I might have been
I feel like you were 100 something. Yeah. I feel like you were 100 something. I think I just had missed your episode. Okay. So I had just missed you in a few other ones. I was like, dang, we should have asked me sooner, but whatever. But so 111 was your first episode. Yeah, as the guest co-host. And I don't know when we switched off from me being guest co-host to just, okay, you're the co-host. Okay, we're no more guests. So you're no longer a guest.
Did that give you like, this is meant to be vibes?
I would say, so the first episode got my feet wet with it. I don't know when the turning point was, when I was like, oh my gosh, I really like this. You know what I mean? I really enjoy this. Because I can see with both you and Brandon, I can see y'all passion, y'all drive. It's inspiring. You know what I mean? Because you guys, when I tell y'all had that playful competition, but he was taking it so serious. Like, you were like, yo, I gotta be team. But it was cute. It was cool. And I was like, man, I want to have fun like that. I want to know what I'm supposed to do in life. And I didn't realize that the more I kept interviewing dope people, that, like, what can I do that's entrepreneurial? Like, what can I do that can be a gift to the world? And then it came to me like, why can't I just do a podcast? Why can't I do one? I'm on one. Why can't I do one? So Brandon became my mentor. Let's see. I would say early year 2023. Was when it came to be. That's when I started like buying the equipment, the tripod, the lights, using my iPhone. And I'm like, I don't really know how to do this, but let's go. Set up my YouTube channel. It's free. And doing it afraid, because I really didn't know what it was going to look like. You know what I mean? Where my guests were going to come from. I had some good rapport from the pull-up experience. Right. So I knew if nothing else fails, I made some good connections with them. But let's see where this goes.
Okay, so then the concept, when did you know that this was it?
That's a good question. Yeah, I actually love this question. I don't even think nobody ever asked me this other than my friends or family. So, this is exclusive, But beauty told. So during my, I guess, going into from my childhood onto, adulthood, you get compliments every once in a while. Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, you're so beautiful. And I am not one to be able to take a compliment and not give it back immediately. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, girl, your shoes is cute. Or, oh my God, I love your jacket, dude. Like, it's just natural for me to like find something that I find beautiful too. Now, beauty, I kept playing around with that because I feel like everyone's beautiful in their own way. And if I'm going to be talking on a podcast where we're talking, I'm like, man, everybody's got a story to be told. Like, how can I play it? So I just kept tweaking it, so I'm like, beauty, beautiful, beautiful. I'm like, nah, that's whack. Beauty, beauty told. Like, yeah, it's about to be a story being told, beauty told. And so that's what came about with the name. And I just loved, I don't know how I decided to take the tea and make it like an actual teacup. I don't even drink tea for real, but I guess if I get that tea deal, so anybody watching, I will be a tea lover, okay? But even the little teacup, I'm like, oh, I think it's like cute, Up to you, like I don't know, like so. And the podcast was birthed out of my pain. So
you do talk about relationships.
I do.
So to be that transparent, it does have to come from some things. So
yeah.
So speak on kind of that. Like, why did you want to be so transparent?
Well, first of all, I felt like a cage bird, and I used to be married. And I felt like a cage bird because when I would try to tell people about the problems we're having in our marriage, like, shh, you don't need to tell nobody, you don't need to tell everybody, you tell the whole world, da 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 da. And I just so eventually I just became mute, where I really wasn't telling anybody no more, and I'm just suffering in silence. You know what I mean? So when I finally decided that I was going to give my last attempt to work out our marriage, because our marriage was completely shattered. Like, it was just so many things. And if y'all want to know what it was, I give more details on Beauty Toast. So make sure I catch those episodes. But yeah, we was going through some trying times in 2020. 2020 was the hell year for me. During the pandemic, yo, I could not believe I was getting played during the pandemic. When you supposed to be locked in the house with your significant other, getting closer, figuring this thing out. No, he'd rather be outside. He'd rather be outside with her. And I'm just like, I'm fighting alone. And some days he come home, some days he don't. I'm still having to be a mom. I went through all the ups and downs, ladies. Even men, y'all probably can relate, the ones that have really been heartbroken. Like, I went to the pit, where I really was thinking about just unaliving myself because it's just not worth it. If I can't have my man, then what am I gonna do? And I know when I decided to start recognizing me, I got into like this Facebook small group and I started to really pick myself up piece by piece, get myself together. And I started to realize I am enough. And I started working out because I really got, to me, heavy, but I guess to others, probably not that heavy. But I started working out and really caring for myself. And before I knew it, I realized that God had me on this journey, this assignment. It wasn't necessarily me fighting for my marriage. It was so I could finally figure out all of the loop-de-loops of relationships so I can give good advice to others so they don't have to go through what I went through. Because it was hell. Yeah. Yeah.
How long were you married?
I was married for 12 years. It was a total of 12 years. Yeah, so it wasn't like no lightweight. Like, it wasn't like I was married for 6 months and then it didn't work out, or 3 years. Like, no, 12 years. Okay, so I had feet in the ground. I had put in some work. And it was devastating to see it come to a close, but I knew I had to go through all of the different phases, the lows, the peaks, the in-betweens, to get to that point where I know I deserve better. Like 2021, August of 2021 is when we got divorced. So I fought for our marriage for a whole year and a half, from January 2020 to August of 2021. And it was such a freeing in that. And now I ain't gonna lie, once that did come about, I'm like, okay, Lord, you had me journaling I journaled every single day. I never missed a day, no matter how tired I was, sleepy I was, depressed I was. None of those stopped me from keeping my word to God that I would journal the good, bad, and ugly, is what I like to say. And I'm like, God, I got all these journals. What am I supposed to do with all these papers? What am I supposed to do? And that's when, as I was on the pull-up experience trying to figure things out, I'm like, okay, I think I know a thing or two about relationships. I've been pretty much everything but widowed. So I can help out my singles. I can help those that are dating, because had to get back out into the dating streets and figure this out after I got divorced. I was once obviously single.
Are you single now?
I'm not single now. I'm in a relationship, a healthy relationship. Thank you. It's the very first healthy relationship of my whole life, so this is cool. Yeah, I didn't know it could be this good, you see it with some of the celebrities, and that's relative. It can be hit or miss with that.
Yeah.
But to experience it for myself, it's like I like it here. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry. What was the question? I just get to rolling.
I don't even remember.
I know what was that question. I don't remember it. It was good too. I'm good. Okay. Do you look great? Okay, well, that's right. Period. But
Okay. So my question is.
Oh, you were asking me about the dating life.
Yeah, before you got.
Yes. So yeah, I was of course obviously once divorced, single, divorcee, started dating. I met some great guys. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot unfortunately relate too much to the girls that had to deal with like ghosting and all that type of stuff. Well, I've seen some beautiful, gorgeous girls get ghosted, and to me, it's like, how does somebody ghost you? It blows my mind too. But I had some incredible guys. They just weren't right for me. You know what I mean? And my when I was fighting for my marriage and stuff like that, like I had a real close. Me and God was like this. So I was able to discern and see certain characteristics that I just knew wouldn't fit with me. You know what I mean? If you cuss a lot, that's not me. I know. I mean, every once in a while, if you have a curse word, I get it. But every other word, like, nah, it ain't gonna work for me. Or just certain things that I was able to pick up early enough where I would be like, great guy. I just don't know if we would be a good fit, and we could be able to amicably, walk away, remain friends. I'm friends with a lot of my exes. I chose to be friends with my ex-husband. We have a child together, and I decided I could have been bitter. I could have been angry about what all that he did, from, the infidelity to the child. But I decided to just take the higher road because we have children. He decided to take my oldest son as his. So it goes beyond us. This is about them. So I'm going to put my feelings aside and let's focus on these babies. So for me, and a lot of my exes, like, hey, we didn't work out, but you're still cool. You mad cool, I'm mad cool. Like we can still be, I can still come to your wedding, 10 years from now, how longer. I'm just that type of person. So I would love to get married again. Yeah. I love love. It didn't, at one point I thought it was gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth of what I went through. But I just know that we went about it all wrong. We were only together for like 5 months before we got married. And it was toxic even then. He was still messing with his child's mother. He couldn't decide who he wanted to be with. And that was clear signs I should have left. So that's some of the things that I took, like, ladies, you ain't got to, you know what I mean? So that's me on Beauty Told. Like, listen, if homeboy doing this, or even for the guys, if girlfriend doing this, walk away. You know what I mean? Like I can now give that advice confidently because I've been there. Yeah.
So talk about the start of Beauty Told to now, because
you already know how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. and learning as you go on your own escapade.
Yeah. Listen, it's tough. And you are on how many episodes you got going? Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to be on your level. Okay. I'm still I'm a semi baby in it. Just I say semi because I'm under 100, but 60. I'll be at 68 this Saturday. So God is good, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, you and Brandon helped me to realize that it can be something you can stay consistent with. You know what I mean? Because I see you guys, and for the fellas that like that, y'all motivate me as a female. You know what I mean? So, and I will say, Brandon tried to tell me it gets tough and rough. It does. It's a lot when you're doing it by yourself. I did it in the corner of my living room that was like half of this. You know what I mean? Like my living room wasn't that big. I was in a 2-family house, so my living room wasn't that big. And I took a little corner and I was like, let me set up shop and, let me just do it. Cause I was waiting until I bought my home. And God was like, what's stopping you from doing it right now? Why can't you use what you have now? Why can't I bless you with a little so eventually I can bless you with a lot? So that's when I decided to just buy some peel stick wallpaper. If y'all go back to my episodes, y'all will see some peel stick wallpaper. I had my little neon sign. I ain't had fancy clouds and stuff like you got. I would love that. But yeah, huh? Yeah, I like it though. It's neat. I like it. Neon shine. So I just took that and I had my faith journal, which I meant to bring in this episode, but and I just did it, And if I got where I had like a blank spot in my mind, then I would go to my faith journal and be able to pick up where I left off. That's where I was at. You know what I mean? And I just learned how to just roll with the flow. You know what I mean? But the burnout be real too. Nobody talks about that too much. I said, Lord, I don't feel like.
When do you feel like that happened to you? Like what episode? Because you gotta think too. You were doing two at the same time.
Yeah.
So
the burnout was crazy. We were recording twice on Tuesday, once on Sunday, and I was trying to record on Wednesday. So it was crazy. And let's see, I would say burnout probably came maybe after the 10th episode, because I remember someone told me you got to get past the 10th episode, and that's when you have made a name for yourself in the podcast world because you really stay consistent. And I was like, oh my God, that's what they so they started off with 10, then they decided to bump it up to 20. So I'm like, oh, now I gotta do 20.
They were egging you on.
Yes, they was. And then 20 started, you know what? Yeah. I've eventually known that I made it when it's been years in the game. And it's been 2 years now. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Ain't it crazy how time flies? Because you've been doing it for how long? How many years for you? 4. Oh my gosh. It's almost like kids. Like, oh my gosh, my baby's only 2, your baby's 4. Like
5 years old, such a big year.
I know. You gonna do something big?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, for sure.
I really want to talk about your relationship with God. You speak on that a lot. When did that start for you?
So I've always had a decent relationship with God. Like I grew up in the church, as a little girl. Mama would take me to church or dad would take me to church. Either way, I was being in church, and I sang in the choir. So I think I told you about that when we were trying to schedule things. Unfortunately, it didn't work today because of my son, but I sing in the choir. I've always loved singing, gospel songs and, I like R&B songs too. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. But I've always had a connection with God. It became the strongest when I was the weakest. Cause that going through, nobody tells you about, like you hear about it in the songs about heartbreak and pain. I'd never been through heartbreak before. Yeah, I've never been through it. I had a little puppy love that didn't work out when I was a teenager, and I just thought, oh my God, my world is over. But it's different when you are an adult. You'd have had all these years with this man, and he chooses somebody else over you. Like it was just, it broke me down. It tore me down to the core, and I'm just like, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. And so I was dependent on God. He was my crutches. He was my everything, so I could have the strength to feed my kids when I just wanted to crawl under my covers and just not even want to see the next day. You know what I mean? It was bad, and God was really my solid rock through it all. So our relationship will forever be this tight. I will forever say it was because of him that I'm still here. It's crazy. So I don't think I would be doing anything without God. My podcast, I would have never. If you had asked me, what's this? If you would have told me 5 years ago that I would be podcasting, first of all, I'm the shyest girl you would ever meet. Never. Back then. I mean, I guess I've become a little butterfly now, but I was shy. I'm a Cancer. I'm a little crab. I stay in my little shell. Don't bother me. I'll peek my head out if I feel like it's safe, like that. And for God to have like changed everything, it's crazy. So.
Because you really have like just watching, I was like, wow. So yeah. I had to get you.
Thank you.
You know how hard it is to get her on the show right now? She's hot.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a beautiful thing for you to even see me, little old me. Because like I said, you and Brittany, y'all doing the big numbers. Y'all doing the big things. And like I said, you guys motivate and inspire me daily. Seeing you guys with the Podcast United, how you guys are showing that podcasts can come together and do the darn thing. Like, I'm like, man, these guys are super dope, you know. And I just know y'all gonna just take over the world.
Speak on your experience
Okay. We got you, sir. We got you, Joe Jackson.
No, for real.
You working
I
this.
don't want to get beat no more. Speak on your experience on the podcast.
Yeah.
You've been to at least 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's been quite a few of them.
Coming 6 soon.
Crazy. Y'all doing it. So yeah.
Where's time going? I don't like y'all.
I know. Why do I stay a kid forever?
Oh
Podcast United is like the best thing ever, y'all. I enjoyed learning that I wasn't by myself. You know, or besides, you know, you, Brandon, me, and a few others, like there's so many more, and they have so many different dope concepts. And I'm like, wow, you talk about that on your podcast, or oh, that's what you're going to talk about on your podcast, because not everybody has it together. And I think that's another thing that I love and probably would have loved as I was getting into the podcast world is that, oh, I don't have to make this mistake or do it this way, or like you guys made us do at the Podcasters United 5, like, all right, so grab your phone, y'all about to go record. And I'm like, I wish I'd have known. I don't have no makeup on. I'm not, I'm not ready, but okay, But that is part of the podcasting, is that sometimes you don't know what you're going to talk about. There has been times I have hit record, and I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And it just came, you know what I mean? So you just learn how to pivot. Like Brandon said, that's his favorite word. We learn how to pivot. So I think for Podcasters United, that definitely is a community where we just learn the art of pivoting.
Absolutely. We figured it out.
We do. And it comes out beautiful, though. Because when I tell you, the Pool of Experience team kept on hounding Brandon, what are we going to do at Podcast United? He was like, I'm figuring that out.
Well, I called him 3 hours before the event, like, look, okay, we're gonna do it like this today, and we're gonna hope it works.
Shut up, so y'all just threw it at the wall and hope it stick.
We did that shit 3 hours. But I called him. I vividly remember, I was like, look, if I don't call you, I don't know what we gonna do. We gonna talk the whole time. What we gonna do? We gonna give people the mic.
And y'all did that too.
So we just wanted to try something different that time.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, I thought that was
a lot of good feedback from people. Yeah, I think so too.
And we're definitely gonna keep that concept. I think we're gonna add some other things, but you gotta come to see.
You gotta
podcasters,
come.
not talking to y'all.
Yes.
Clyde the Kickback. All of y'all motherfuckers, String Space, all y'all, come on, because we here to do content with each other and bring the city together, and not just the city, the state, the country, the nation. We're gonna go overseas and do Podcast United, London, Podcast United, France, Podcast United, Africa, and it's just gonna be this Podcast United thing. You're not gonna be there? That's crazy.
That is insane. Ooh,
and do you see what we be having there? I mean, come on. Like,
I'm in the building every time. Every time. Hey.
Well, we thank you so much for being in this building.
No, for sure. Thank you. Like, listen, I always said, like, I want to be on his episode. I wonder how I can, get him to recognize little old me. And, look how God worked it out. You noticed me. It was like, hey, come on the podcast. And you already know you got to come on mine. It's not even a question. You know what I've heard. I wanna know. I just heard that it's hard, and I always want to know what's hard. Can you answer that for me? What's hard? No, save it for the episode. It's coming. 2026 is coming. Okay.
Because my family ain't ready for all that right now.
we gonna keep it together.
We can talk about that. We talk about relationships. Shit.
Yeah. Now I've heard some stories from other folks, and I'm like, ooh, really? Like, yeah, it's tough. We're gonna talk about it. I'm interested to know.
To finish this one, it's called Get It Off the Chest. So, first thing I want you to do is tell me where they can find you and your podcast. But then I want you to get off whatever you need to get off before we see you again, before they go check out your podcast and become.
That's right. My beauties and gents.
The beauties and
gents.
Yes.
Where y'all at? Okay. Well, okay. So for sure. So Beauty Told, you guys can catch me. Now I'm primarily on YouTube. Now this ain't no fault of Brie. I got to work on getting my audio. Now she keep giving me the audios, and I ain't been putting them up there so that y'all can get me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's coming, okay? Give your girl some grace. But you can catch me on YouTube. Now YouTube like to play around, so it's Butte, Beaut, then space it. Don't let it add the Y. T as you drink your tea. Space told for the Beauty Told. Everybody has a story to be told. Now in regards to get it off of my chest. Oh Lord. Where do I start? You know, I ain't got no little chest, you know. You know what I would like to get off my chest is that we are not going to let what is going on in this presidential office stop us from getting to the bag. We're not going to stop it from letting us thrive in our purpose. And we definitely not going to let it stop us from being who we are and finding everything, getting everything that God has for us, all the blessings, all the blessings, all the blessings. I feel like nobody can stop us but ourselves. We can be our worst enemies. So forget what y'all see surrounding y'all in the White House, and y'all just focus on you. We're going to be all right. We're going to get through this together. Like, you know, like the Podcast United, we're going to be united together as a community. And let's work through this. Let these 4 years go quickly. Jesus.
We thank you so much.
Yes.
Y'all go follow her.
Please, pretty please.
She's amazing. She has great conversation. She's gonna get you in your feelings, good and bad. She's gonna teach you some things, good and bad.
That's right.
And she's gonna always be there to give you great advice. So I truly appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. This little crush I gotta stop. Cause she in a relationship. Golly, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna put it on record, Lord. We're gonna release it. We're gonna release it, Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. It's the King Network. We out of here. Peace.